Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Dawes Gaming, and today I'm going over why the Nintendo Switch 2 will not receive a price cut. I will be going over everything in this one video, so make sure to stay tuned till the very end. But before we do that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below. Okay, let's get right into it. So first we need to address the Nintendo 3DS. The Nintendo 3DS was considered one of the best consoles before the Nintendo Switch. And the Nintendo Switch was a big success. But the 3DS, it took a while to get that way. But the main reason why is it was considered too expensive by a majority of people. You might be wondering how that is possible. But today I'm going to be going over everything. So, the Nintendo 3DS launched at $250. And then it got a price cut down to $170, which is one of the biggest price cuts in gaming history. But the Switch 2 will not receive a price cut. So, Nintendo cost them $400 to make a Nintendo Switch 2 system. And then they sell it at $450. But that's not the whole story. They don't just make money. First of all, the tariffs. They are right now at 10% for every place, including Vietnam, where these accessories and the console itself will be made. So it costs them now $450 to be made. But they still make $10, right? No, they do not, because they have to give a cut to the retailers. The retailers would be buying it from Nintendo for $420, which means that Nintendo will be losing $20 per system sold. So, thank you for Nintendo for eating up all the price from the tariffs, but they're already eating up $20. They're not going to eat up $200. Like, that's just simply not possible until, the tariffs go away. But if you didn't know this, the Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch 1, Nintendo makes these, but they don't actually have the same idea as Sony's PlayStation 5 and Xbox's or Microsoft's PlayStation Series S and X. Both PlayStation and Xbox sell their consoles at a loss. Nintendo is the only big gaming company in the big three that actually sells their consoles at a profit, which is a surprise that they're the only one, but with how much new tech is cramped into the PlayStation 5 Pro, I guess it kind of makes sense. But I really think that they can't drop the price because they're already losing money at this point with the Switch 2. They're not eating it up all for the accessories, which is an interesting idea, but I really think that was a good idea on their part to just eat it up for the console, and then people will pay for the accessories because you do not need the accessories. And since Nintendo is just eating up all the costs, it's making everything else a little less crazy in terms of price, which I really appreciate. But that means that they're already losing money per system sold. So if they had a price cut, they'd lose so much money. Yes, they are a $60 billion company, but that would bring their net worth down a lot, and they simply don't want that to happen. So that's why today, in the end of this video, I will be going over the soonest possible point for a price cut to emerge, and it's not when you think. It's not when the tariffs end. There's another point that it could happen. But it's just going to be a problem for a lot of people. And I really am not looking forward to it because if the tariffs go up more, then it's just going to eat up so much of the price. They might even have to increase the price if it goes up from 10%, which I don't want to happen, but that might need to happen if we want Nintendo to actually release games. They need to increase the price, which is crazy that I'm saying that they need to increase the price. If tariffs go higher, they will increase the price, and they, as a company, can't hold back. They actually need to that time. Or they just make the accessories $100 each. I guess that's the other way around it, but nobody would buy them then. So it's going to be interesting. I just feel like this whole console generation is going to be in for a rough ride because the Nintendo Switch 2, I'm looking forward to it. So many people are. And I really can't wait to get mine day one. Hopefully it arrives day one. But I really hope that the Switch 2 is going to be the best console in gaming history, just like it looks like it's going to be. Because with 4K, 120, HDR, it's just going to be an awesome gaming console because you can play all the Switch 1 games, Switch 2 games, Switch 2 Edition games. So the console is just really going to be awesome. And I really hope that they just make this new console the best console of all time because the Nintendo Switch definitely was one of the best of all time. So I really hope they continue that success with the Nintendo Switch 2 system and the Nintendo Switch 2 successor. So that's why they won't sell their Switches or Switch 2s at a much decreased rate because they're already losing money. They don't want to lose more. They're a company that needs to make money. They won't sell them at a net loss by that much. So I truly do think that if Nintendo wants to make the Nintendo Switch 2 a success, they really just need to show off everything because this needs to be the best gaming console of all time. And I mean of all time because with the prices, it's just going to be so hard to justify the price. And I really hope that I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm going to buy it. I'm looking forward to it, but that doesn't mean everyone else is. So I really look forward to seeing what everybody else thinks in the comments below because the Nintendo Switch 2 is looking to be an amazing gaming console. There's no denying it. But the prices, they're just not going down. Not under any circumstance. But now let's go over the soonest possible point that they could release the Nintendo Switch 2 price cut. And just thinking about a price cut, Nintendo losing money, that's going to be a problem for us. Because if Nintendo's losing money, that means less time put into game development. And that means even less time dedicated to the Nintendo Switch's successor. Which if there's less games, then it will just be bad. But, so the soonest possible price cut, let's go over that. It's not when the tariffs end, but that is a really interesting thing to bring up. It probably will be priced down when tariffs come to an end, but the soonest possible point that isn't when the tariffs come to an end is most likely for all of us going to be a Black Friday deal if they're doing horribly. Because the retailers, as long as they make money, they will probably be okay with a price cut around Black Friday because it's Black Friday, they can give price cuts. And the thing is, the soonest possible price cut would be at Nintendo's website itself on a Black Friday, but not this year. Well, thank you everyone for watching today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.